All right, let's do another blunder through Blender here and figure out how we get this blades of grass onto the lawn of the IMC campus. And to do that, I'm going to take this apart for a second. Boom, it's gone. And take that apart and take that apart. And let's look at what was actually there. If I turn off the materials, no, the modifier, if I don't look at this modifier, this is what was there. It's a polygon, basically a plane that was stretched out, and it has a material on it. If I go to shading, you can see what that material was. That material, we won't go into this today, but that material going to the material output, you can also look at it down here. I call it material grass, and it's so much better than just a color, because if I have a color, not so fun. Whereas the material grass that I created has more interesting things in it, and what it's doing to give it interesting. The usual shader node is just principal BSDF and material. That's what comes when you start. But I've created a color ramp so that I can affect the color. So that's from green to dark green. I've got a noise texture so that, and give it a second to update. If there's no noise texture, then even though there's a color ramp, it doesn't really know what to do with that color ramp. But if you go from the factor in, then you get that noise, and then you can change the roughness if you like. That gives you a sort of grass thing. That's a noise texture. Also going into the normals, which creates a sort of bump map, because this is just the color up here. The noise texture, the color ramp, and then into the principal BSDF base color, and then into the material output. I've got bumps for the bump map going into normal, and that has a wave texture, which is kind of cool, and it's got mapping on it, so it's got some scale, which you can see doesn't really seem to do a whole lot, but it's doing something. So that scale going into wave texture, we could have used instead a Voronoi texture if we'd wanted to. It's looking the same as the wave, but we're doing the wave texture. And then the noise texture here is another noise with roughness, which is going into the bump math, which has a certain strength. And we have another bump coming from here with a certain strength and distance. Anyway, you can play around endlessly with this so that you can get some kind of effect here. And it's really subtle, so you're not even really seeing it, although there you're beginning to see the bumps, right? Yeah, you can see the bumps there, as opposed to if I take that away, it's very smooth, whereas if I join this up, this normal, it's not the alpha, normal bumps. Give it a bump, let it process, there you go, you got these bumps in here. All right, so that's the grassy knoll that we've got without the grass, and that was bundled into a material, and that's the shader node. If we go to the geometry node, then if we want to put some geometry in there, a geometry node will start with just an input and an output. Geometry in green to geometry in green. What we wanted to do, and I guess I'm going to clear these out and try to go by memory. So let's try to build this up. What we want to do is decide, well, what object do we want to put to modify or in between the geometry of this geometry is this plane, right? And if you just went like this, nothing would happen putting that wire. So what you'd want to do is you want to distribute, type distribute points on faces, because you want to get some points onto that face. And we go from the geometry to the mesh and then points into the geometry, and still nothing happens, of course. Well, what are we putting on those points on that face? So you say, well, we're going to put onto it object info. So I'm going to go to object info, and I'm going to put the geometry into the selection. Oops, that doesn't work. It has to go green to green. So I'm going to go, the geometry is the selection, Nope, that doesn't work either. First I need to pick what I want, which is the grass blade. So where's the grass blade? The grass blade that I'm going to use is here. Let me find it for you. There it is. So I created a simple grass blade. It's just plain extruded again, and then merge on center to the 2 points to create this crooked grass blade. And I created that in another scene right there so we could use it. I called it Grass Blade Master. So now if I go back to my scenes and go to the IMC campus and I go and look at this, I want that to be the object that I place on here. So I click on here and I find the Grass Blade Master under G. There it is, Grass Blade Master. Right now, oops, didn't do that right. I see Grass Blade Master, there it is. Okay, there's the Grass Blade Master. Still not doing anything because we need to put in instance on points. There, instance on points, and that connects points to points. The geometry, now here's where I believe I messed up. So this has to go and become the instance. The points are coming from this distribution. So we go the geometry to the mesh, and then we have this, and it has to have a density that is big enough that we can see it. But I must have put something wrong here because we're not seeing it yet. Maybe these have to be flipped. I just want to figure it out with you. So let's see, meshed points, geometry goes into instance. It should be working. Geometry mesh, we've got a density, we've got a grass blade. Ah, I know why, because I turned off the look. Boom, there it is, oh my gosh. So that was what was hanging us up. I turned that off originally because I didn't want to see it. So we've got this geometry node, and you can see it's pretty darn dense, so let's reduce the density. Make it something that works. We can get rid of as instance, I think. As instance sort of thickens things up, so we get rid of that. So yes, we have grass blades that are now tied to this landscape, which is pretty cool. Once you have that set up, you'll notice that we don't have the color anymore that we had, and that's because that color is not directly connected to the output. So that original mesh can serve double duty if we put a join in. So let me go to join geometry. Put that join here maybe. Bring this down to the join geometry, bring this up to here. We have our grass blades back, but the geometry here can come in. This is a nice long green bar which says it can fit many different inputs. And boom, now we have that bumpy baseline now with blades of grass in it. And that is going to be our geometry node for this. If it wasn't grass that we wanted to do, we could change the object info. So we could come in here and we could put in our vegetation area. I think it's called vegetation area maybe. Let me see. It's freezing the computer. Let's pause while this thing figures out the calculations. Okay, so it froze because when I try to change it to the bushes nodes, the bushes nodes are super, super dense. So this one here, geometry nodes, this is called, I'm going to call this one blades of grass. That keep this one going. We do have another one in here called Vegetation area, which is already set up, and you can see that that's got all these bushes in it. And the only difference in the setup, I can move the object info, is that we have a collection of different bushes in here. If we changed that instances, if we changed that from, let me find it here, geometry, and went into the instance over here, then we'd just get these bushes here, as you can see there. So we could populate this area with bushes from that, but we decided to go with a collection of different plants like that. But that's not what we want to do for this area. What we want to do for this area is use blades of grass, and that's that. But of course, I wanted to show that if you change the object info, and I'm going to really bring down the density, because that's what froze the machine. So let's say we do the density down to about 5.8, so really small density. If we then change the object from blades of grass to, and let's see what other, the Bushmaster, for example, then yeah, you get these bushes in here, as you can see, but they're really dense, so you'd have to change the density even lower. Or we could, instead of using Bushmaster 1, we could use Bushmaster 2, which is a different type of plant, and a plant that apparently doesn't show up at that density, or much of any density. Also, I guess that one's not working. Huh. Thought we had something in there. Let's see. So Bushmaster 2 is not a geometry. That's why that doesn't work. If we put in a birch tree, we get a whole bunch of birch trees in there. Oh my goodness gracious. At a huge density. So we could populate this area with birch trees, as you can see. But what we really wanted to do here is just to have grass. So the grass blade master is that one, and you can hardly see them at a low density. So boom, you put those in, and you get grass blades for that. Down here, we did use the bushes, and down here we used the bushes. Somehow this got messed up. I don't know how this got set to this.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Look, this book has stickers.
Oh, so it does. So, vegetation area from river. Yeah. Okay. And you can do that to basically any plane. I mean, you could come into this plane here and decide that you want it to have vegetation. So you go to the modifier and you go to geometry nodes, and then you would find your vegetation area, and then that would have that same density on it. And of course, it affects everything. So be judicious with it. If I wanted this area here to have that, then I would do the same thing, geometry nodes, and find that area of vegetation. And then you can be putting grass, like this one here would be a grass area, blades of grass in there, and you might create a different geometry node if you want different blades of grass, but there they are. There's blades of grass in that one, there's blades of grass in that one. That's the basic idea, is to be able to populate areas with various geometries. And so just so you remember how we did that, you've got the input and the output by default that are always there. The join geometry lets you bring in the shader stuff. This stuff here can be brought in by that, because that is part of the original geometry. And then you have, after the first group input, distribute points on faces. That's where you control the density. That goes into instance on projects. So points goes to points. Green always goes to green, by the way. Geometry into mesh, there's green. Points goes to points. Then it goes up to the join and out. And then the object info, pick the object and send it into the instance. And clicking on instance does add more geometry. Normally you can keep it off. So that's the simple layout. Try to keep that in mind, and you'll always be able to add textures and information to different objects. All right, thanks.